says I'm back on. But I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Now it's green. But I'm sure Twitch is off now. It's sucking. Anyway, now that we have green bars and we're on, I'm not turning it off again. So I'm not going to chance it. So we'll see what happens. Anyway, yeah, Ken says it's all Biden's fault. Yes, it's Joe Biden's fault. Did you see what Trump did today? He just walked up on the roof of the White House and starts yelling down at reporters about nuclear weapons and all kinds of shit. Now imagine if Joe Biden did that. Jake Tapper would write 10 fucking books. I don't know how Donald Trump gets away with this shit. They say that that Joe Biden lost his mental acuity, and then you watch Trump and you're like, what the fuck? He's out of his mind. He's insane. I don't even know if it's dementia. I don't know what it is, but the man is insane. And like I said, can you imagine if Joe Biden was up on fucking rooftop yelling down at fucking people? Anyway, so Trump knows he's going to lose the election. So he calls his buddy Greg Abbott and he tells him, hey, why don't you redraw the map in the middle of the... Yes. It looks like it's working now, but I don't know. Well, I guess we'll see. It might be the weather, but I don't know. It worked. It was working fine. Anyway, so instead of waiting like they should for the census, they're just going to draw this map. Now, if you don't know this, well, I just found this out just now. In Texas, 25% of the voters are white. 25%. Over 65% people of color in Texas. And yet they want to draw a map that allows Republicans to gain 5 more seats and eliminate some Democrat seats. It's like, now, they wouldn't have been able to do this because of the Voting Rights Act, but Trump's Supreme Court weakened the Voting Rights Act and said that discriminating against people is perfectly fine because we've eliminated racism in this country. Totally eliminated. That's the Supreme Court stance, not mine. It said there's no affirmative action is no longer necessary. No, it was working, Questel, until I got kicked off. Yes, Julia, Latinos make up the bulk of the population, of course. And some of them vote Republican, of course. But it's not, even now the map is unfair. And they want to make it even more unfair. Because Trump wants to steal the House, even though the people are going to vote him out. And the only way to stay in is to cheat. So they're going to cheat like a motherfucker. So Democrats said, all right then, we'll just leave. If you don't have enough people, you can't have what's called a quorum, which means that the legislature can't do anything because they have to have a minimum amount of people present. Well, if all the Democrats are gone, they don't achieve that number. So now this is the second day in a row that they convened the legislature in Texas, but they weren't able to achieve quorum, which means they weren't allowed to do anything. So Abbott is having a stroke and threatened to remove them from office, threatened to arrest them, have them put in jail. They signed symbolic arrest warrants against them now. There is no criminal statute being broken. There is no law broken. Now, they're breaking the rules of the legislature, possibly, but that's not grounds for arrest. Yes, Pritzker, who I just found out, I was wondering, I know he was a billionaire, but I didn't know how he had his money. Apparently, Pritzker's family owns Hyatt hotels. So he gave them all hotel rooms. J.B. Pritzker. And took care of them. They all ran to Illinois. Now, here's the thing. No, that's what I said, Questel. When I got kicked off, it disconnected the Twitch stream, and when it reconnects, it doesn't connect back. I'd have to stop it again and start it from scratch, and I'm not going to do that. So you stay on YouTube, because now we have good signal and it's on. I'm not gonna fuck it up now. We just have a show that doesn't stop on 2 channels instead of 3. I don't think it has anything to do with the bit rate at this point, because it was working. I said it has to do with getting disconnected. Now it just went from green to yellow, which means now it's back to green. See, I don't know what's going on. I'm going to have to hardwire my computer, I think. This air streaming is not working very good. I don't know what's up. But anyway, so they went to Illinois, and Pritzker put them up in a Hyatt. And then now they're threatening to arrest them, and Cornyn is writing the FBI, talking about the FBI should go after him. It's like, even though I said no criminal law has been broken, they sure got the FBI doing all kinds of shit that ain't got nothing to do with anything except protecting Donald Trump. Meanwhile, there's still crime, there's still terrorism, there's still things that the FBI should be doing, besides trying to chase down Democrat Congress from Texas and scrubbing Trump's name from the Epstein files. And again, we talked about this last show, but I said, if you're going to sit here and accept the fact that Donald Trump moved that sex trafficking pedophile to a minimum security camp, to Martha Stewart prison, basically, then you can go fuck yourself. There's nothing to be said anymore, and there's nothing that I want to hear, not a word that comes out of your disingenuous fucking mouth. I'm surprised you can talk with Trump's balls in your mouth. It's actually quite impressive. Quite the piece of ventriloquism. To talk with the full Trump sack in your fucking mouth. The fact that this man is allowed to do these things. Tell him about pardoning her. Pardon? Sex trafficking pedophile. It's unbelievable. And the MAGA at first were like, you can show the files. And now they're like, Ghislaine Maxwell might be a victim. She might be a victim herself. It's like, because they know that she's going to run cover for Donald Trump. Yes, Julia says, there is no mechanism to enforce what Hot Wheels Abbott issued. Breaking quorum is an American tradition. Even Lincoln jumped out the window here in Illinois to break quorum in the State House. Exactly. People have been doing it since the beginning of time. When you got, it's your last resort. It's like the nuclear option for legislatures. It's like, they got a majority and they're going to jam some bullshit in. Well, the only way you can do that is to stop the whole fucking thing from happening. You know what's really funny about this? Every single time that something happens, it's something that they did themselves too. Remember when, not even 2 or 3 weeks ago, when Massey and Ro Khanna were going to force that vote for the Epstein files to be released, and Mike Johnson just shut the fucking house down. Remember that? No, they don't remember that, do they? Because they're fucking disingenuous shitbags. That's what I'm saying. Everything that they rail on other people for doing, they fucking do themselves. Every day. I've never seen such a gaslight movement. Ever. In my life. These people are fanatics. fanatics, and we have a big problem, as I said. Obviously, the cult's not going to break even for this. Because they're so afraid of losing their white dominance that they'll burn the whole fucking place down before they acknowledge that perhaps they don't run shit. Think about that. 25% of the people, and they want to draw a map that gives them 25% of the people all the seats. Now Gavin Newsom is like, well, if they do that, we're going to do it in California. And I think they said California can add 9 if they want. Now, I don't know. I haven't looked at the numbers, but that they can add 9 seats. So they can basically, or at least they can make 5 and zero out what these people have done. And now the governor of New York said they're going to do the same thing. And Pritzker, he's probably going to do the same thing. But when this is what it's come to, the country is broken, my friends. Donald Trump has broken the country. It's broken. This is one step away from complete, like I said, dissolution of the Union or Civil War, or, you know, when you start saying every state is going to start redrawing a gerrymander map so that they can control every state, it's like, we might as well just draw a map and say, let's just split this country in 2. And I said, you know, this a month or 2 ago, it's like, I'm almost to the point where I'm like, I don't see the point of it anymore. The Union. This is what they're going to do, and this is how they're going to do it. We should just split this country into 2 countries. And you know what'll happen? Yes, Julia. And you know what'll happen? Just what that guy said in that post. They're going to find out that they ain't got shit. They're going to have a third world shithole country. All the good stuff is in liberal states. All the money, all the population, liberal states. These red states, South Dakota, North Dakota, Idaho, they ain't got no people. Wyoming, it's a big state on the map. There ain't no one there. I've been there. If you live in Wyoming, you want to see Tool or something, you got to drive to Cheyenne. Even if you live on the other side of the state, which means 5-hour drive, 6-hour drive. It's a long fucking drive. And you know what's on that drive? Nothing. There ain't no fucking people. It's a big, empty fucking space. Now, there are people in the South, but they ain't do nothing down there. Without slavery, they didn't have anything. That's how the South got rich in the first place. Slavery. People seem to forget that. Like, without slavery, go down the South now. It's a shithole. You go to Atlanta, it's fine. Go to outside of Atlanta, drive around Georgia. It's a bunch of shithole, redneck towns. In Stone Mountain. Go to Alabama, they still got fucking dial-up digital, or it's fucking rotary gas pumps. That's how fucking poor they are. They want to talk about... I say do it. I say let's do it. When they get bankrupt, well, yeah, Costello. Since she worked in Wyoming, it was good money. Probably because there was nothing else to do. Yeah. Yeah. You know, every town I went to in those states, Montana, Wyoming, Idaho, every town they were like, thank you for coming here. No one comes here. I wasn't famous or nothing, but they're like, thank God you came with some live entertainment. Like, nobody comes here. And I was like, yeah, I know, that's fucked up. You know, I always thought that somebody famous should do a tour like that, where they go to these little shithole towns where nobody ever went. They can to take control of the local, I don't know, theater or local community center, or they can set up a makeshift show and do shows for these people. There's people that live out where there's nothing. There's nothing there. Like I said, if they want to see something, they got to drive to the major city in that state, which is hours away. Kentucky's kind of like that. There's Louisville and there ain't nothing else. Cincinnati, that's Ohio, but that's up northern Kentucky. If you live in South Kentucky or Western Kentucky, there ain't shit. If you want to see a concert or something, you gotta drive to Louisville or drive to Cincinnati. I mean, some people go to Lexington, but they don't have like a giant major theater. It's more of a big college town. Yes, Costello. She said there's a 4-hour ride from the airport to the town where they were working. Yes, it's like doing comedy. It's like we did a show in Wyoming. We had a couple shows in Wyoming. But yeah, 4 hours in between each show. It's like, and these weren't even big cities. Towns like Cody, And they went to Montana, same thing. It's like do a show, drive 5 hours to the next show, 6 hours. You gotta drive way up behind the mountains. Yes. Well, I was talking about that with somebody before. It was like most states in the Midwest or in the states out west, they got like one major city and maybe like a couple small cities, and the rest of the state is nothing. It's small shit towns all over, scattered all over. Ohio is the same way. They got Cleveland and Cincinnati. Then they got Columbus and Dayton, and the rest of the state is nothing. And Sandusky, like that's not even really a city, Sandusky. It's like it's a big town. It's not a city. And Kentucky only has one city, Louisville. And of course, there's Lexington, but I said it's like a big college town. It's not a city. And the capital, Frankfurt, it's a big town. It's not a city. Yeah, Julia says, see, same in Illinois. Majority of the population is in the Chicagoland area. That's what I said to the same person I was having this conversation with, was Illinois, Chicago, and nothing else. Well, there's Champaign. It's like, yeah, but Champaign's not a city. It's a big town. It's a college town. It's like Kentucky. I said they got Louisville, and they got nothing else. They got Lexington, where UK is. Big college town. It's not a city. So if you live anywhere in Kentucky, you want to see something major, you gotta drive to Nashville or Louisville or Cincinnati. You can't. You gotta drive, because ain't no one coming to your town. I swear to God, when I was first starting comedy, the guy that I first started working for, he had shows all over, this area. He sent me to this place. I can't even remember the name of the fucking town. It was out in the middle of nowhere. Like, I'm just literally driving through a forest. Like, what the hell is going on? It's like you're winding up this hill. And you're like, I don't know what's happening. And then all of a sudden you pull into this little town. And it said, City Hall, and a pop-up sheet metal building. And there was one bar on the corner. And then there was like a gas station, which was a gas station, a general store, a beer, a liquor store. It was like 5 things. And then they just popped up like a crate underneath this stuffed deer head, and it was like, there's your stage, go up and do comedy. I was doing comedy to the whole town. And the mayor was sitting there just smoking a joint. This is before fucking weed was even legal. It's like they're just doing whatever they want. Because it's like, man, that guy's smoking a joint. They're like, that's the mayor. It's like, really? That's America. Most of America. Well, the red states, for sure. That's what I'm saying. They don't seem to understand that. All the urban centers, all the major manufacturing, most of the population of this country is in blue states. California, New York, Washington, Oregon. This is where I don't know what they think they're gonna do. That's like, I don't know if you know about this, but in Oregon, in the eastern part of Oregon, right on the border of Idaho, there's a small pocket of like mega racists and fascists who live there, and they hate it because Oregon is a Democrat state. They hate it, and for a long time now they've been trying to create this movement to break off from Oregon and join Idaho, where there's actual Nazis, if you're not aware of that. Well, they all look the same, Costello. Illinois is all those states. As you get into Illinois, Missouri, Iowa, into like Nebraska, it's all the same. It's flat, cornfields, some occasional windmill. It's like there's nothing. And you go, oh, there's nothing. St. Louis, it's nothing. Kansas City, you get in Nebraska, it's all nothing. Nothing. Hours and hours of nothing. Then, oh, there's Omaha. To go right by. That's all they got. These states. And the problem is this, which is true, the way the system has been set up. These states have just as much power as the other states that got people in them. And that's why they always show you that map. And they go, look, all the country is red. And you go, yeah, but that's mostly empty land. There's no fucking people there. You know what I'm saying? You ever see a population map of the United States? That's it. It's like California, New York. It's all these people. And there's a bunch of nothing. And one little pockets in these states, I said, where the cities are. And who runs those cities? Mostly Democrats. And the state government is mostly Republicans because, like I said, they vote their representatives from their fucking little shit counties. The point is, you want to split this country into two pieces, they're going to lose. That's why they lost the Civil War. Same thing. You know, all the urban centers, all the manufacturing bases were all in the north, not in the south. Because the south, they said, made their money off of slavery, slaves picking cotton. They couldn't keep up industrially. Like, even if they hadn't lost the war when they did in the Battle of Gettysburg, whatever, they would have eventually lost the war because they couldn't keep up. I was saying that's why you have all these weird southern cuisines that they say these are southern traditions. Barbecue sauce with mustard in it. It's like, really? Is this really a southern tradition? Or is this blockade food? Like Steve ran out of shit. They're like, well, we can't get no sugar to make barbecue sauce. Use vinegar. It's that vinegar barbecue sauce. It's fucking disgusting. You ever had it? It's gross. But again, it's like, how did this come about? It was the Civil War. They won't tell you that, but that's how it happened. There was blockade. They weren't able to get supplies, and they're running out of, I said, the good stuff, like sugar. And they're like, well, we gotta make some sauce somehow. What can we do? Mustard. Put mustard and vinegar in it. Now they're like, it's a southern tradition. No, it's... That's like if you were in the apocalypse and you started calling Spam steak. That's like... Would you like some steak? Sure, and you pop a can. It's like, because that's all you got. It's, it's unbelievable. Julia said a lot of solar farms cropping up. Yeah. Well, here comes the dog down the stairs. What do you want? My mom's in the hospital, so her dog is freaking out. Yes, possibly how boiled peanuts happen. I don't know. They always have peanuts. It's like, I think boiled peanuts was just some southern fuck was bored with eat peanuts. or a guy with no teeth. He's like, I ain't got no teeth, but I want some peanuts. Soften them up and I boil them. It's like, all right. These are good. I'd say that's a more likely story. Because I said they always had peanuts. It's not like they run out of peanuts. That's something that they grow in the South. So blockade wouldn't affect peanuts. That just means they just chose to fucking boil them. That's like, which is almost worse. That's like, I feel all right with. Yeah, hard to chew. Plus, it still got the shell. Like, just pop the whole thing in your mouth. I don't know, man. The South is a weird place. Because they, yeah, I was at the hospital. I was going to say, like, I was at the hospital yesterday and today, and she had surgery today. She just got out a little bit ago. But I left work early and went to the hospital. But she was still in the surgery, so I lay down on the couch in her room and took a nap while I was waiting. And then her friends came, and then it was like almost 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm like, I still haven't been home. Like, I gotta go home and feed the dogs and shit. So I went home, fed the dogs, and then they called me and said she's out of the surgery. So I'm going back in the morning. I mean, she made it out okay. But I don't know what's gonna happen. You know. I don't know exactly what they did to her either. If they took her whole metal shoulder out, now her arm is just gonna be hanging down and she can't fucking use it. I don't know what's gonna happen. She's gonna have one arm, I guess, for a while. I'm gonna have to really take care of her now. I don't know. This is such a weird, like I was saying before, like this is such a weird time of life where the roles reverse. Like my mom is too old to take care of herself, so I have to help take care of her. Like like she took care of me when I was a kid. And it's also like her brain doesn't work as well as it used to, so she does wacky things sometimes, and then you have to like scold her like a child. Mom, you gotta turn the oven off. That's like, you should know this, but when they come home from work, the oven is on. It's like, this is why I'm here, but you don't burn down the house and kill yourself. It's like, but like I said, like these people took care of you most of your life, and now you're taking care of them. It's an odd juxtaposition. It's a weird place to be in life. I never thought about it at all. That's what would happen. And I guess I didn't really think that I was gonna. I way outlived what I foresaw me living. That's the way I live my life. Throwing caution to the wind at all times. It's like many scrapes with death, never got killed. Partying like I didn't give a fuck because I didn't give a fuck. But I lived way past what I thought I would. And then now I'm like, I didn't really think about this part of life because I never thought I'd get here. So I don't know. I mean, it's gonna work out okay, I guess. I mean, I got a house now, so I know I won't be homeless at least. Oh, that's sweet. He come down here and just lay by my feet. He's a good dog. He's getting old too. Getting old is weird. I never really thought about it much. I said, now here I am. It's very odd. Lots of things happen that you don't anticipate in your life. Mood. Yes. It's a weird mood to be in. Julia says, I get it. Became my mom's caregiver when I was 12 years old after she was stricken with multiple sclerosis. Yeah. Yeah. I do, but again, people are like, "Oh, it's admirable what you're doing." It's like, what do you mean it's admirable? Like it's what, to be a human being? to have respect for your family, and I thought that's what we were supposed to do. Like, there's a lot of people that wouldn't. Why do you tell your mom to fuck off and die alone? You're a piece of shit. It's like there ain't no other way around it. Like, that's what Donald Trump would do. That's like, that's the problem that no one really wants to talk about. Is there's a lot of sociopaths in this country. A lot of people who, they might not be full-on psychos, go out and kill people, but they ain't got no empathy for anybody else. And they don't feel any feelings for other people other than themselves. And they believe themselves to be superior to others. And that's what this all comes from. Charlie Kirk was on there today. Jasmine Crockett wants to eliminate the white people. But yeah, you're totally not a racist. Look at Charlie Kirk. He's a racist and misogynist. How do these people become famous? Because, like I said, there's lots of sociopaths who they speak for these people, and there's enough of these people to create a whole movement. Soulless scumbags, basically, who all go to church, which is the ironic part. And they wonder why I'm not a Christian. These people are the people that call themselves Christians. The people who wear alligator Alcatraz t-shirts and hats and go down there and cheer that they're fucking locking up, fucking dishwashers that got kids at home and shit. That's like, deport them. Like, for what? We're only going after the worst of the worst. Get those people at Home Depot. It's like, they're roofers. It's like, that's the thing. Is the whole thing is a gaslight, and people just buy into it. That's the part that I don't understand. They just lie, like this job thing, right? Trump didn't like the job support, so what do you do? Fire the lady. She rigged this, he says. These numbers are rigged. Do you realize that these numbers are what people make investments in this country on? And now Donald Trump is alleging that these numbers are politically altered. That's because they want to make him look bad. It's like, what? That's how small this guy thinks. That you would manipulate worldwide data that people use to invest money in this country to make him look bad. You would risk the entire economy of the United States to make Donald Trump look bad. That's how out of his mind this guy is. But yet people, the media too, they just accept it. They just let it go by. Like it's normal. This guy's not normal in any way. He's a compulsive, lying, fucking sexual fucking deviant and possible fucking rapist. His wife said he raped her. His wife. She wound up dying, falling down the stairs, something and buried on a golf course. The very fact that a guy would bury the mother of his children on a golf course tells you that this guy has no soul whatsoever. None. He's a piece of shit of the highest order. Not just as a politician, as a human being. He's not a human being. He's a soulless meat, I like to refer to as a soulless meat bag of shit walking around. There's not one redeeming quality about Donald Trump as a human being. If you can tell me one, I'll wait. None. Not one. The fact that half of this country decided that that's the guy who represents them tells you we got a serious problem with the people in this country. It's a cultural problem. They want to blame the liberal culture for doing this, but this isn't the liberal culture. This is their culture. To be racist. And call yourself a Christian while doing totally unchristian-like shit. And hating people for no reason. It's unbelievable. Hey, are you proud to be an American? No. No, I'm not. Especially not now. The thing that made America, the myth of America, be really alive was that there was progress made. Like, it was always an uphill fight against all this shit, but there was progress made. You know, we liberated people. I think once they got to gay marriage, I mean, once they got to Barack Obama, that was like, oh my God. And then once you got to gay marriage, they were like, oh my God, we've really lost control of this. And they're like, we need to burn it down. And that's where MAGA comes from. Of course, there was always the Heritage Foundation. There was always these groups behind the scenes ever since the Civil War who've been fighting against all the progress people have been trying to make. And they just figured out that they didn't want to play by the rules anymore. And Democrats took too long to realize what was happening. And they're like, well, we got to play by the rules. We got to try to compromise, you know. Like, I'm glad that governor in New York, she said, this is war. And I'm glad that they're waking up. Like, it is war. Like, we're not fighting and shooting yet. But, like, it could still get there. This is war. They want to take the country and cement minority rule over everyone. Forever. Minority rule means white people. It's a white supremacist movement. And always has been. And they gaslight you from, like I said, from the time that I started saying this a decade ago. And I started telling people that these are Nazis and white supremacists. Oh, you're blowing it out of proportion. You got Trump derangement syndrome. You don't like their politics. No, I don't like their politics. You know why? Because they're fucking Nazi politics, bro. They're the Klan with the hoods off. Tom Homan is the Grand Wizard. Chrissy Noem, same thing. These are soulless people. Chrissy Noem took a dog and shot it in the face. A puppy. 11 months old. A puppy. She couldn't have been like, oh, maybe I don't want this dog. I take it to the SPCA. Maybe somebody that wants a dog can take the dog. No. She drug it out in the gravel pit and shot it in the face. Because she's a soulless bitch. Then she was like, you know what? I don't like that goat either. And she went and got the goat and killed it too. She's a murdering bitch. You think that she gives a fuck about the lives of these people she's destroying? No. She's too busy fucking filming like what looks like shampoo commercials of her riding horses in a field or something. That's the other part. It looks like she does all these cosplay things where she puts on costumes and they take films of her and she's like riding instead of horses through fields. It looks like a fucking ED ad or something, but it's really about deportation and kidnapping people off the street. It's the most evil, twisted reality television show you've ever seen in your life. Julia says, yes, they got a lot of their ideas how to implement the policies back when they held CPAC conference in Hungary. Orban told them what to do. Now they're doing it. Yeah. Well, Project 2025, written by the Heritage Foundation, was, it's pretty much it's an authoritarian playbook. You know, that's why they want to get rid of PBS and all that stuff. Oh, it indoctrinates kids. What? To be good people? Can't be good. That's woke. And now we're at the point where, like I said, every single thing in this country is political. Everything. Fucking jeans ad. It's caused a big uproar. Jeans ad. It's fucking blue jeans ad. Now, was it in bad taste? Maybe. But, like, should it cause a political firestorm? I mean, I don't know. That's when you know your country's broken. When people are outraged by every little thing. And again, they're like, well, easily triggered. Like you snowflakes, Superman movie. Superman's woke! It's like, you just got triggered by Superman. You're telling me that you're not snowflakes like how anybody can take these people seriously at all. It's like 5-year-olds are running the world. Really, it's very sad. You realize that the number one foreign envoy who's in charge of talking to all these countries, doing international diplomacy for the United States, is a guy you never even heard of 6 months ago. Who the fuck is Steve Witkoff? You know who he is? He's a real estate guy who played golf with Trump. That's it. You go, oh, this guy's got years and years of international diplomatic experience. Nope. No, he doesn't. Matter of fact, he doesn't have any. Trump was like, you want to be my main foreign envoy? He was like, sure. That's like, all right, go solve the Russia-Ukraine war. Alone. It's a fucking clown show, bro. You think that these countries don't think, like, oh, we're going to meet with the United States today. Who you meeting with? Trump's golf buddy. Like, ooh, they're quaking in their boots. Like, man, Trump's golf buddy is hardcore negotiator. Like, his main qualification is that he just stands there at a golf course and lets Donald Trump cheat like a motherfucker. Hey, Trump was like, I need that guy. I trust him. The fact that we've let it get to this point. And that, like I said, that Senate just rubber stamps these fucking jerk-offs. Here's a guy with no experience whatsoever. Confirmed. Here's a guy who was bagging groceries at a Publix 2 weeks ago. Now he's up for the head of counterterrorism. Confirmed. Yeah, Julia says Janine Pirro. Bitch hasn't been in a courtroom for 25 years. Now she's the chief prosecutor of D.C. It doesn't matter because all they're doing is fucking running around chasing fake cases anyway. They tried to open up another investigation into the Russian 2016 election. This will be number 7. Their own people found nothing wrong 5 times. I'm sorry, 6. I think this is 6. 5 times, including the Senate Oversight Committee run by Marco Rubio and Trump's own special prosecutor that he put on this case, who said couldn't find nothing. Took 4 cases to court, lost 3 of them. Then open it up again. Like, I think I found the waste, fraud, and abuse. Like, we're broke, but we gotta spend millions and millions of dollars chasing this bullshit conspiracy theories because we gotta distract you from the fact that Donald Trump's in the Epstein files and it's probably a pedophile or whatever. Yes, tax dollars paying for all this, Julia. All of it. And MAGA people are like, the Democrats are, they're all even nervous because they don't like getting investigated themselves. And you're like, dude, they've been investigated 5 fucking times. You couldn't find nothing. This is what I said 100 times before. It's like, which either means one of 2 things. 1, it's all bullshit. Or 2, these are the worst investigators in the history of the world. If there's a crime that happened, you investigate it 5 fucking times, you can't find anything, but you suck. You're like, we found it now. It's in a burn bag in a secret room that only I found. It's like, this whole thing is insane. Like I said, these people have the mentality of 5-year-olds. They're bitter, angry, hateful, racist pieces of shit who will lie, cheat, and do anything. And Trump's like, he's trying to go after people. They went after me. It's like, they went after you because you're a fucking criminal, bro. There isn't one of those things they went after him for that he didn't fucking do. He's on tape. He called the governor of Georgia. I need you to find me the 11,000 votes. Only an idiot would say that on the phone. It's like, sir, you ever heard of bugs? Somebody could be recording this conversation. I need to find. They don't care. They listen to the tape. They don't care. He's on that bus. I grab women by the pussy. I'm not a sexual deviant. You just said you grab women by the pussy. Oh, that's fake news. It's a hoax. It's a witch hunt. It's like he just keeps saying this shit. And then you move to the next thing and he just says the same shit. It's a witch hunt. Fake news. And this shit still works. Because people are that fucking stupid. The truth is this. People don't want to hear the truth. People want to hear that what they think is right. And anyone that'll tell them that, they'll go along. Yeah! That's what I think. Global warming. This guy was on Fox today talking about global warming is not true. In the bottom right-hand corner of the screen, it said, extreme heat index in Kennett, Missouri, 126 degrees. He's like, climate change is not happening. Sir, it's 126 degrees in Missouri right now. Well, we need to burn more coal. It's like I say all the time on this show. Well, the other day it was the theme. Only Ken was really here was like, we're fucked. we're fucked. It's like there is no coming back from when half the population is this fucking stupid, and the other half is feckless and can't do anything about it. We're fucked. I said the republic is steaming downhill at a fast speed. I said it's either going to turn into a fascist dictatorship, or like I said, there's going to be now it might not be a violent civil war, but or they're going to split this country. America, as we've known it, all our lives that we were born into, and all the country that you read about is not gonna last. It can't last like this. They're already saying that the Republicans were saying that they won't accept a Democrat if he wins the 2028 election for president. That they won't certify the election. If that happens, we're fucked. Fucked. And like I said, they're not going to come back. You're going to fundamentally change what this country is, because, or you're going to let them take over. And letting them take over doesn't seem like an option for me. Or I'll leave. But I can't leave now, I'm stuck. Stuck here! It's like, that's the part of it that really sucks. We're like, man, I could just get out of the country. It's like, nope, I cannot. So I'm chained here now, at least until this situation works itself out. Because I'm not going to abandon my mother to die alone. She's not going to let me drag her off to some other country. She's going to sit on the couch upstairs and watch TV until she dies. That could be next year, 5 years, 10 years. I mean, who fucking knows? Until then, I'm stuck here. I'm just watching all this happen. It's like, and it's true that even if I had come to this conclusion before this happened and I moved somewhere else and I lived in another country, if this had happened, I would still have came back. Because I would not abandon my mother, because I'm not a piece of shit. I'm sorry, I was raised to be a good person, despite the fact that I'm not a Christian. I would argue because I'm not a Christian. Because Christians are no longer good people. That's another fucking gaslight bullshit they fucking put on you. Christians are hateful fucking bigots who also cover up for pedophiles. Covering up for pedophiles seems to be like a right-wing hobby. All the way across the board. They do it in church. They're doing it here. It's like the politicians. It's like, well, it's all right. You know, girls used to get married when they was 13. Like, yeah, they did, but you know, people also died when they were fucking 25. You know, it's like people died of dysentery, got diarrhea and died. It's like maybe that's why they got married at 13. Yes, Christians are evil. They have definitely perverted what Christianity should. But of course, Christians have always been evil. Christians have always persecuted others. Christians have burned witches at the stake, and the Spanish Inquisition, and it's like the Crusades. It's like Christians always like killing people. The whole conquest of the West, and the Spanish conquistadors. The Christians have always hid behind Christianity to do horrible shit. That's their justification. We're doing it for God. That's what God wants. For us to kill everybody. And then I said, you start asking these questions when you're at church. Like, man, how come there's all this horrible shit? Shut up. You're a troublemaker. Maybe I am a troublemaker. It's just like politics or anything else. You want to reform it? All of a sudden they turn on you. You start asking about, the horrible shit that they do behind the cloak of whatever they use as an excuse to try to make themselves sound like they're, better than other people. You gotta kill them savages. This is a little kid. Why he's gonna grow up to be a savage? Kill him. Kill that woman. She's gonna have more babies. Savages. It's like, we're doing this for God. It's like, really? Is what your guy wants? It's not just here. They did in Canada too. White people in general, with their sense of superiority and colonizing instincts. They like to kind of roll in and take people's shit. If you get in their way, they'll kill you. They'll say, we're doing it for God. We gotta make this a Christian country. It's unbelievable. And now, like I said, they're coming up for pedophiles. Actual pedophiles. There was a video came out today, I don't know if you saw it, with Donald Trump talking about how he likes to hire young girls, and now how he's hooked on young girls like an alcoholic. His shit. And he's covering this up and moving pedophiles to minimum security prisons and trying to set up deals where she's going to clear or point her finger at everybody he doesn't like and clear him and all his friends while they don't show you anything that's actually in these files. When he moved that woman to the minimum security prison, they should have marched and burned down the fucking White House. Right then. That shows you what kind of person you're dealing with. He's a transactional sociopath. Doesn't give a fuck about women or those children or any of those people who got abused. He wishes her well, he said. A sex trafficker who took advantage of little girls. And his story about how he was friends with Epstein, how he ended his friendship, doesn't add up anywhere down the line. He's lying about the whole thing. He's lying. He knew that he took that girl, but again, why is a 15-year-old girl working in an adult spa at Mar-a-Lago? I don't know. But he took her out of there, and he knew that. And he still stayed friends with him for years after that. He says, oh, that's when I ended my friendship with him. Really? Because he was still a member of Mar-a-Lago after he was indicted and released from jail. He's a lying sack of shit. Just like he says about firing the lady at the job number. He just says, oh, they revised the jobs right before the election. No, they didn't. It's a completely made-up story. And they just let him do it. He's still running with that story. And the media keeps fucking putting a microphone in his face and letting him say it. It's like, this is not the 1930s where, it's maybe somebody reading a newspaper. We all have Google. You could see when these reports came out. He's lying. And people just go, well, it's political. It's like, this is why we're fucked, because I said no one cares about the truth anymore. People just want to hear what they think be reinforced to them, and Trump has latched on to that, and he's perfect for that, because he never says anything that's true. He's a self-serving, walking meat bag of shit, like I said. Soulless. He don't give a fuck about you, and he never will. Yeah. Julia says there were little boys on the list of dum-dums accusers. One was 11 years old. Yeah. Well, the media makes a 100% attempt every time they talk about it to say, well, Donald Trump was never accused of any wrongdoing. Really? Except by the 32 women that said he fucking sexually assaulted them. They say, well, he was never accused of... Trump was accused of a hell of a lot of shit. That's why he's always in court. The fact that this guy was allowed to become president ever was, I mean, they talk about the glass ceiling. That was the glass ceiling. Fucking broke. We're like, we don't give a fuck anymore. Like, about anything. We're not even going to pretend that we have standards. And that, to me, that's the saddest part. I was talking to this girl today, she said, I was saying something about how bad the country was, and she said, well, name a century when the human race was okay. And I said, the human race is in a bad spot right now. And she's like, well, name a century when it was in a good spot. And I'm like, I guess you're right about that. But at least we used to pretend to have standards. And that mask is gone now, too. We don't even pretend. It's dog eat dog. It's everybody for everybody. And that's what I said. I'm glad that the governor of New York finally realized, like, it's war. The gloves are off, she said. Bring it on, and we're going. But yes, we're going. That's what we need. We need Democrats to stop being such spineless pussies. Stand up to these people, because these people are not going away, and they're not gonna follow the rules. There is no compromising with these people. They're not gonna compromise with you. It's like being in a marriage with somebody who never listens to what you say, you know, or doesn't give a fuck about what you want, you know, ever. And like that's what it is. And like, what's the inevitable conclusion of a marriage like that? You get fucking divorced. And I have a feeling that that's the only way out of this. Let them have their fucking, you know. You think Texas can carry all of them? I don't know. Maybe they can, but I doubt it. Go down south. Like, most of the southern states are already subsidized heavily by tax dollars. Where do those tax dollars come from? Liberal states. What's the next step of fighting Donald Trump? Refuse to fucking pay the federal government your taxes. Sooner or later, California, one of these states, is going to say, you know what, fuck you. We'll just become our own country. And then they'll try to stop him, and then I said, there'll be a civil war. Hopefully that doesn't come to that, but that's what I see. Eventually, I said, they're going to go, well, fuck it. You know, you can't deal with these people. And why would you want to? I don't know. The only thing is where they're going to draw a line. Do I have to move? What sucks is if they draw a line in Kentucky and Ohio, and I'm right there. Like, it's like living right on the other side of the Berlin Wall. It's like I'm 1 mile away from freedom, but so close yet so far. It's like, what are you gonna do? Anyway, I thought about not doing this show at all today because I was running around and at the hospital and all that shit. But you guys have been loyal to me, and I was like, you know, I said I try to be professional, and I'm going to be professional no matter what. So I came down and did it. So thank you for hanging out with me. I appreciate it, and sticking through the technical difficulty in the beginning. I will be back as usual on Thursday at 6 o'clock, and hopefully they don't lock up the Democrats from Texas. I don't know what's gonna happen. We're way in uncharted territory. We're well 4 or 5 steps down fascism road, my friends, and these people aren't turning back. So you better strap up and get your boots on, because it's gonna get rocky. We've only been in this for 6 fucking months. Well, 8 now, but feels like 8 years, doesn't it? It's been a long 8 months. If you got sent to Seacott prison, it feels like 80 years, you know. We didn't even talk about that. They let that go. Oh, Twitch came back on. Hey. That's cool. Just in time for me to leave. I'm going to get out of here. And I said, I'll be back on Thursday. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. And like I said, I felt like taking the day off, but I didn't. So I'm here for you. Please be here for me. I love you guys. I said, I'll be back on Thursday, 6 o'clock. I am Bruce Leonard, and this is Bruce Leonard Leans Left while it's still legal. If you're watching YouTube, hit the like button. It helps with the algorithm. If you're watching Twitch, same thing. Subscribe. Please share the show with your friends if you enjoy it. Thank you very much, and I'll be back, I said, Thursday, 6 o'clock.